for all things Halloween. This is Hauntformer, and welcome back to another maniacal R.I.P. review. And you probably noticed, if you haven't already, that I'm in the picture, which I usually don't do for some of my more recent R.I.P. reviews. I did it in the past, and then I stopped, but in my unboxing of this mask that I'm talking about today, I asked you guys if you wanted to see a new way of me reviewing masks, and it seemed like a lot of you were on board. So, without further ado, let's talk about today's mask. And today's mask is the Fly. So, the Fly is a really awesome mask. I'm really digging this mask. One of my new personal favorites in my mask collection. This mask was made in 2013. Yeah, that's 5 years ago, 2013, and was sculpted by the amazingly talented Mike Rotella, or Mikey Rotella, whichever one he'd like to be referred to as. If you don't know Mike Rotella, I mean, I don't know him personally, but he was on the show Making Monsters with the Distortions crew, so he worked for Distortions. He also has worked for Trick or Treat Studios, one of my favorite mask companies, and Ghoulish Productions, who have some really incredible masks. The only thing about Ghoulish Productions I've noticed is that some of their masks are a little tight for me, then again I have a fat head, but a lot of them are a little tight. But this one is definitely not the case. In fact, this one is quite large for any size head. The Fly is kind of its own creation. I know there's been some Fly movies, but this is not based off of any of those films. Not the 1950s Fly with Vincent Price, you know, help me, help me. Nor the 1980s Fly with Jeff Goldblum. That was a really good one, too. All of the Fly movies have been pretty decent. I heard the sequels aren't so good, though. But the Fly is definitely a very scary creature, in my opinion. I don't know why that is, but a lot of people are really afraid of bugs, which is kind of interesting, seeing that we're outnumbered 200 million to 1. At least that's what I've heard. But there's definitely a lot of bugs out there, and I'm thankful that none of them are this size, but if they were, that would be absolutely terrifying. This Fly is absolutely amazing. The detail sculpted into this that Mikey did is truly amazing. They added hair. It's hard to see, but there's hair growing out of this thing's face. It just adds to the realism of this mask. You have this really long, I don't know what that's called. It's the thing that they, like, get their food, they, like, suck it up. And he has these, they're not antennas, but they're the little mouth feeder things. And he has these two obvious, large, yellow eyes. And these two little ones, I don't know if you can notice those, a lot of insects have more than one eye. In fact, they have a lot of different eyes. The only thing that's a little bit odd about this, and it's not a bad thing, it's just something to note, is this mouthpiece right here. I'm not exactly sure of what this is. Is it supposed to be human teeth being formed into the Fly? Was this a mutant? I don't know. I love that you can make up the story about this thing. But you can see all the way along the side, it's very green-like and has bumps. You know, definitely reminding me of the scenes in the 80s Fly where he's sort of bubbling out in the back of the head. And there's a slit that goes up the back of the mask, so that way you can put it on your head nice and easy. And like I said, this mask is pretty large, so you're not going to have a lot of trouble getting it in or on top of your head. In fact, you might want to add some foam into the top of this mask so your eyes line up with the eye holes, which are right here. If you can't see them, they're right here. Lines up for me pretty well. You'll notice mine's like a little bit flat in some areas. That's because when it was shipped to me, it was shipped flat in a little flat box. If you saw my unboxing, again, another shameless plug to that unboxing. But nonetheless, this is one of my favorite new masks that I have. I mean, it's not new, but it's new to me anyways. And as you can see, the tag says Ghoulish Productions. It says The Fly. And I believe they have some mask care and safety tips. Make sure to read some of those. You know, you can use scissors to increase the hole. You don't want to have your mask tear or anything like that, how to see visibly wearing the mask, make sure to clean the mask and stuff it, basic care tips, which a lot of mask companies do. Overall, the Fly is a really cool mask. You can wear this inspired by the 50s Fly, or you can wear it as its own creation. It could be an alien, it could be a mutant, it could just be a giant bug. You could even make this into a prop, a severed bug head prop. The possibilities are endless, and I love the creativity with the Fly. Overall, I don't really have any major issues with this mask. The paint job's incredible, the sculpting is great, the size is wonderful. So overall, I'm gonna give the Fly a 5 out of 5 skull rating on the R.I.P. Reviews rating scale. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a Bugs thumb up, and if you didn't, I can take it. Give it a buggy thumb down. That's all good with me. If you enjoyed this style of review, make sure to leave a comment below so I know you guys like it, and make sure to subscribe if you haven't. I do mask and Halloween and horror videos all year round. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, as always, for all things Halloween, this is Hauntformer.